Hi. So, today is the first day of Lent, and every Lent since I was a kid, I always think about, you know, the fact that, I feel like we're supposed to give something up. We're supposed to um, sacrifice like pop or video games or some people sacrifice Facebook, um, and that's all well and good. I think as a kid, I was just so confused because Lent was just, it was a jumble of things kind of going around in my head. I knew that some people gave up meat during the week. Some people ate fish on Fridays, which I don't know. I think people still do that maybe, but and I was just confused and I didn't even have like really a context of what Lent meant. Um, then I started going to a church a couple of years ago, and they actually have a service on Ash Wednesday, and they just really explain. They explain what Lent means, like what the Lenten season is, and then you go up and you actually get ashes put on your forehead, um, and they explain the symbolism of that. And it just, I went from like in my life, like having no idea, no direction, and really no instruction on what to do, but kind of wanting to do something different. Even before I was a Christian, I like rules, I like structure, I like to break rules as well. But anyways, I like the idea of like this is the season, this is what you do. I like that kind of direction, and so I just like the fact that like as a church we were um, observing the Lent season together and that it was fully explained. So this Lent season, I actually find myself 8 hours away from that very church. And I was just praying the past week. I'm like, oh gosh, Ash Wednesday is next week. What am I going to give up for Lent? And I find myself still. I'm almost 30. I'll be 30 in a couple weeks. Um, and I'm still complicating things. And I'm just like making a list in my head. Okay, maybe I should give up pop. I should give that up anyway because it's not healthy for me. I could give up meat because I did that a couple years ago and I didn't die, and so maybe that's safe to give up. Maybe I could fast completely and just have nothing but liquids, like nothing but like water and juice for the next 40 days. And then I got really scared. I'm like, oh gosh, I might die. I mean, you probably won't if you're smart about it, but like I started to get really, really overwhelmed. And in the middle of all of that, in the middle of just stopping and asking God what He wanted me to do instead of me telling Him what I was going to do for Him, I just felt like He was giving me like one simple word of mercy. And He just kept highlighting it and highlighting it. Every time I'd pray, okay, Lord, what does that mean? Like mercy. You want me to give up being merciful? Probably not. Does that mean you want me to not be rude to people? Do you want me to, um, every day give a blanket to a different homeless person? Or do you want me to um, donate money to charity every day? Like, what does that look like in the Lent season? And then I started making it complicated again. I don't know if it's a woman thing or if it's a Lindsay-Marie thing. Maybe I'm just complicated, but I found myself even last night just overwhelmed, just trying to make rules and trying to make a schedule of what I was going to do. And in the middle of all of that, I saw a video from my friend in Ohio, and she really inspired me to remember the simplicity of the season of Lent and the simplicity, not how easy it was, but the simplicity of like what Christ did, and um, and not get caught up in the hype, and not get caught up in what I think I'm supposed to do, and what judging people for what they're not doing, and feeling pious because I did X, Y, and Z, and that makes me closer to God because we all feel that way sometimes, but um, so I just, instead of having another Lent, 40 days with rules and expectations and possibility of failure, this Lent in 2012, I'm going to be participating with a small group of my friends in Ohio in 40 days of honor. these next 40 days leading up to Easter, I will be expressing gratitude in various forms to people that have added to my life, people that have challenged me, and people who have helped shape the woman that I am today and also who I'm on my way to being. Um, so join me. I'm going to be documenting this as well as I can via this video thing on my fancy computer. Um, so join me as I pour out gratitude, honor, and just love on those who mean the most to me.